2015 or 16, 2016, I think, yeah. So I took the class and it was for 2 weeks. And I initially wanted to just be a graphic designer, just do logos, do branding, you know, stuff like that. Maybe even go into illustration. That was all I knew. I didn't know anything else. I didn't know anything about UI UX. I didn't know about product. I didn't know any of these things that time. So the class was fine. And then one of the teachers was Evans Akano. He's the CEO at Digital. I don't know if you guys, any of you guys know Digital. Have you heard of it? No Digital. Okay. After he taught us for a while, I think we had an issue. We had an issue with I think power in the Red Media office that particular day. So he said, okay, no, don't worry. My office is close by. I just take guys there. It's better. There's better lighting. There's better projector. We just do everything there. And then we got there, and it was this like amazing, simple white space. Everything was nice, and they gave us food. And I was like, no, I must work here. No, it doesn't matter. Even if I'm just houseboy, I'll come. Let me just enter this place. So after the class, I went to meet the HR, and I was like, look, you have to help me. I need to enter this place. Okay, send an email to us. Like, hey, don't worry, whatever you need. I sent it, and that was like the most nervous 2 weeks of my life. I could not sleep. Like, reply me. They eventually replied me like two weeks later, and I got in. They said I should come in for an interview. No, they hadn't even employed me. They said I should come in for an interview 2 weeks later. That day, I just carried my bag, carried my laptop. I carried everything. I said, I'm going there. I entered. And we spoke for like 5 minutes. Spoke to HR for a while. And I spoke to Evans, and I told him I wanted to start now. Like now, he said he liked me. I was like, okay, like, where do you want to start? I said, I'm starting now. So I said, okay, you have your laptop here. I was like, yeah. I got it out. I said, sit down. I sat down. That's how I started. Like in the space of 2 weeks, I had gone from like zero. Like I had some knowledge of Photoshop and Illustrator, but I hadn't done anything serious. It was just like a few things I'd seen on YouTube and, the internet. So from that period, I was an intern for like 6 months. That was before I did NYSC. I learned a lot. I went from doing resizing. I think my first 6 months of being a designer, I didn't design anything. All I did was resize images on Photoshop. That was all I did. Like nothing serious. Like I hated it, but at the same time I was just excited that I would do something. Like that urge to like get my hands dirty. It was there, and I just wanted to do stuff. I was seeing like the senior guys doing like the like interesting things, like building websites, doing UI for apps, talking to clients and doing shit like that. And I was like, one day I'm going to be there. I must learn this UI. I'll do it, because initially, like I thought it was just graphic design I would do, but then when I saw the UI thing, it seemed more interesting. I started like googling stuff, like everything I hear in the office. It was like this place, and there was just like one big table, and all of us were here, from Evans to the CTO force, designers, the other developers, the HR. So I was hearing everything that was going on. Like I hadn't experienced like a company being built from the ground up, and it was really, really exciting seeing like people come and go, watching like how you negotiate with clients, how they can beat your price down. They don't care what you're doing. What's Wireframe? Give me my website. Let me see it in 2 weeks. That's what they'll tell you. And they'll tell you they want to pay 100K. You get like, it was exciting. And that excitement like really pushed me to, learn more about things. Like I went from 0 to like, I would say moderately proficient in like, I don't know, between 6 to 9 months. Like I went from an intern to actually got employed full-time. I did my NYSC there. And as I got into NYSC, actually, I didn't come back as an intern. I came back as like full-time staff because I had shown like I really wanted to learn. Like I was just putting my hands everywhere, stuff like that. And like that's, to be honest, that's like the only way that I know of that you can get into this thing. Just be curious. Like listen to what people are saying. If you have the opportunity to work somewhere that you are close to people who are more experienced, take that opportunity and listen to what they're saying. And I still apply that philosophy today. Like even where I currently work at Kuda, there's some things about product design and development that I did not know until I joined. And because I still with people that are like, product manager has worked at, he came from Stanbic, and he has experience like building and launching stuff. And like I have an idea of how those things work, but I had to learn. I had to like sit down and like understand. Know how you present yourself when you want to talk to like someone else. So you have to take stuff from everywhere, like from the product manager, from the CTO, from just be a sponge and soak everything that you can, because you never know where you need it. That's really how you need to go. When you're designing stuff, you can go from designing a website or an app for a fashion brand, and tomorrow you're designing for, say, a tech company. The approach you take will be different. You probably have to immerse yourself in that company's business ideology for a while before you can understand what they need to do. They may not have the time for that, but you need to take it upon yourself to learn what they want before you can give them what they need. They may not eventually use what you give them because they may be chasing different objectives. But the important part is that you learn and take what you learn and apply it to the next thing that you do. And that's really how you go about it. There's really nothing else I can tell you. But there's a lot, but like the core of it is that you just need to keep learning. And that's it. What else? Yeah. So digital happened, and eventually I grew out of it. Like it was an agency, and you do agency work, so like they get clients, and clients tell them, "Oh, I want to do this website," and then you do the website for them, and then they pay you. That model works if you want to learn fast. Agency work is good, but only good for learning how to work very fast. If you want to do something very well, you need to work for a product company. That's like a company that just builds one thing, and that's what they're doing. So at Kuda, I built the app, I designed the app, and other features that relate to the app. We have apart from a mobile app, there's also like the web platform. So if in case you're not close to your phone, if you want to like do transactions on your browser, on your laptop or whatever, we're building that. So that's something I'm also doing. So like if the best way to like understand how design works is to sit down and build something from the ground up. And it's difficult, but you also learn a lot. It's hard with early stage companies. Those are companies I've worked with mostly. They usually want things done fast, but like you have to like find a balance between like the speed and doing the right thing. And agencies are usually like the best bets for if you want to like learn how to do stuff really fast. So yeah, that's the basic shot. Yeah, so let's get into, or do you have any question about career stuff? Anybody? You have that afterwards? Okay. No, voila. Let's get into this stuff. What are wireframes? Does anyone know? Can anyone give me like a vague idea of what they think this thing is or these things are? Anybody? No one? Your mouth is opening. Say something. You're about to, even if it's nonsense, just say it. No judgment, no judgment zone. I was once like you, and I don't know anything too. I learned, started from somewhere. So you're not saying anything. Okay, that's a good definition, and he's right. That's what wireframes are. Like, wireframes are like a quick way of ideating. If someone has an idea now, for example, I want to build an app, I want to design a website for a company. If you want to create like a framework or like a skeletal design, a very simple thing that can be done very, very quickly, you do wireframes. If you want to illustrate how the thing is going to work, okay, here we have markers. For example, I want to design a website for what? A bank. Instead of going, some guys will tell you that, okay, I want to design a website for me, and this is what I want it to look like. They may not know what they want, so wireframe is a way of asking them if this is what they want. So like a basic bank, any kind of website, to be honest, starts with the first thing, the header. But you can't see. Sorry, maybe. Can everyone see it here? Can you see? Okay. Okay. So the first part of any website is the header. Logo is typically here, maybe some menu items here, and a call to action here. All websites are like that, or most websites are like that. And then there's usually a header. Some people have text in the middle. Let's do text in the middle. They have text in the middle, like heading text. This is the name of the company, whatever. Then subtitle text and another call to action. Maybe there's a background image that's sliding or whatever. I don't know. You can indicate that in different ways. Maybe you label it and say that sliding image here. Put arrows, Then typically the next row will have like brief descriptions of like features. So there'll be icon, an icon, an icon, an icon, text, subtext. I mean, it doesn't look elegant. It doesn't always look great, but like it's a fast way of, like brainstorming and putting ideas together. And from this stage, you can either improve it or just show people and ask them what they think. Some people don't really care about this. Like, are they necessary? It depends on the situation. It depends on the clients. It depends on what your company culture is. It depends on you, how you design, how you prefer designing. For me, from my experience, because I've worked with mostly early stage companies, they don't really care. Like I've done, let's see, if I have something to show you here. I've done, yeah. So, usually, like when I'm doing stuff, I start from here. I mean, initially, when I was learning design, I started from here. Like I would draw on paper, and that would be just me with myself. Then I go from paper to, like, I open my Figma or whatever, sketch anything, and then I start designing from there. Some people ask you for this. This is a Figma screen of a landing page. They ask you for this. This is important if you want to decide on content structure first for the website or whatever, before you now move in and start adding the colors and like choosing what fonts to use and deciding on what kind of illustration style to go. This is a very important phase, but a lot of people skip it. It's not ideal, but that's Lagos for you. It varies. It really varies, to be honest. The thing is, people in Lagos are just like, I would say, the poor versions of the ones that are outside. Yeah, the guys outside, they want the same things, or they want similar things, but like they'll give you a bit more breathing room. From my experience, anyway. So yeah, most times I do this. Like you do this for like maybe a new thing, completely new thing, or like if you're trying to like add something to what you've already done. So if something is just not, it's, you know, you want to do something. Say you want to add a feature now that says, okay, now let's use Coda for example. I want to add a savings feature, a savings plan feature, and I don't know how it to look. I can't just go. My manager is asking me, give me screen, give me screen, give me screen. I can't just go straight and start designing it. I'll do rubbish. I'll first start here, and then I'll draw like, most times I don't even go as far as doing all the screens, but just to get the idea out of my head first. That's what I do. I just draw it on paper, and then I look at it, and I cannot be staring at into thin air for like 30 minutes. Just stay. I'll draw it. Look. Okay. And now open my Figma or whatever and start designing it. That's one scenario. Some people, they already have the content structure down, and they just wanted to create like what they can give the developers to start creating. Like if, for example, they have a front-end developer that can write HTML and whatever, they want to start creating like frameworks for each section, they can ask you for this. So it varies. Like with every part of design, it actually depends on context, depends on who you are working with and what they really need. If you can work your way into a place where they ask for everything from start to finish, like they'll tell you, okay, you do the research, and you do the personas, you do the this, you do whatever, all those things. I mean, those are nice, but like for the most part, what you get when you're working here in this country, most people just want to just go straight and give them screen. I mean, it's hard, but you have to like negotiate your way into like doing something that's more deliberate, you know. What's next? Yeah, so there are different types of wireframes. They're the ones that are just like paper ones like that, where you just draw and like have elements lying around. Then they're the ones that have content already. And they're like the interactive ones. The ones that you can click and like you can show what each action leads to. The apps like I used to do that. Like you have your different prototyping apps. Situation like this, they happen sometimes too. If you're in a situation where the people, they've not even decided the kind of branding they want, they've not even done colors, not done anything like that. You just want to show them, okay, this is how the product is going to work. If you click this button, it goes here. If you click this, you swipe here, you see this. This one is fairly easy to do anyway. And there's also that, it's actually the same thing. But from my experience, I've never really had to do this. Some people do, but I have never really had to do it, to be honest. Never really had to do it. So converting your wireframes to high fidelity mockups. So this was like the the one I showed you earlier in the previous screen. And this was what the finished product looked like. Going from that to this was not very difficult because they already had their brand colors, and I had to like get on like a few calls and had like a few meetings with the CEO, and he knew what he wanted. He already had the idea in his head. He just sent me a link of one other website, and like, you know what, just copy this style. That's what it did. I'm like, okay, no problem. Is your money? I'm gonna do it. So the rest of it is in here, and they've changed, they rebranded. This was a long time ago. They rebranded now, but the whole thing, I think I have the rest of it somewhere here. It should be on my Figma. Oops. Am I online? Yeah. This is what the whole thing ended up looking like. Anyway, like you added pictures, you know, added ingredients. Like it was pretty bare bones for what it was at the time, because it was really rushed, but like it got the job done. And there are also other pages, you know, about why. But the core of the issue was that okay, it doesn't need to like bang out like an initial layout. That those shoes, those like the basic thing first, and then from there, it was like, you know what, just do everything, because this thing is going to be coded in like what 48 hours. So just finish it. Don't worry about the wireframes again. Just do it. Getting to this stage of like, you know, being able to do stuff very quickly requires a lot of practice. And like if everyone learns at a different pace. And like if you know that you are the kind of designer that takes their time to, you know, do stuff, you probably need to negotiate, like be better at negotiating with your clients or with your boss or whatever. But at this stage, I had to do it. It didn't come out great in my opinion, but it came out. It came out, and that's like the important part. Yeah. So in an ideal situation, this is how the process should be. So you start from you have the idea, or whoever it is that wants to has the idea, and then you do a paper prototype. Like you draw like the basic things. Maybe this may not be paper. It may be the clickable but black and white one with just lines on Figma or any other prototyping tool that you use. And then you show people. And then you do that until the thing gets validated in some way. Then you come here and do like the one that's clickable, or the one that is, online, but maybe like does anyone here know Webflow? Yeah, maybe you do like the Webflow version of the thing. That's very simple, you know, no coding required. And then you test it again. It's like actual people, and they say, oh, this thing actually looks nice. Okay, maybe I'll use it. And you do that until you get like something that's decent. And then you get to a high fidelity prototype. So here, this high fidelity one, it varies based on situation. So high fidelity can be just the one that has colors. High fi or high fidelity can also be the one that actually has like a back end, like it actually does work. But like maybe the back end stuff is manual, you know. It could also be the one that's based on its now, it could also be the one that just has color. So like it really varies. Like this is an ideal scenario, but like it doesn't always work this way. where I work, how do we even do it, sir? Well, it's not like this. It's not like this. Usually, sometimes I have an idea, or they have an idea. Oh, I have an idea actually. Yeah, they give me like the high level in that. Oh, we need to make the sign-up process faster. And I'm like, okay, how do I do that? And I start thinking, I start drawing stuff. That's here. We don't usually test users at this point with this thing. From my own experience, no, we do not. We usually go from here straight to here, and then we just show people like around the office. I'm like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Does it make sense? Okay, okay. Then we go from here to also, we also show like, apart from even the office, we also show like, well, not all the time, but like we show like higher up. So like the CEO, the CTO, what do they think? What do you think? What do you think? Is it nice? Does this go with your vision for what you want us to do? Sometimes do that, but most times we don't, because it can lead to like a lot of back and forth that will slow us down. So yeah. So after that, then it goes to code. Developers go and code it, and then it's from there that we now actually do like. So in that kind of scenario, when they've coded it, you can actually call that, like before it goes out to general public, you can call that IFI prototype. But at that point, it's not like everyone that's using it, just like people that are like within we have like a closed group of testers that use stuff that we try to put out first. So like if we have a new feature and we want people to just see how it works, we have like some people that we sent out. So apart from the ones that are in the office, a lot of people that are outside, they try it and they go, oh, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. I'm like, okay. We'll fix it before we push it out. But by the time it has got to that point, we've already done like a lot of testing on the back end, the developers test their own. We also do our own tests, like, oh, this is missing. Maybe we should add like say an alert here to make sure that the person doesn't go put in beyond this certain amount, or we show them like an error message that tells them, okay, no, you need to do this before you do that. These little things. But like the core of the thing is already done maybe around here. We already know what we're doing. So everything that takes from here to here, we're just adding and taking out things. Sometimes we do all of this and it goes out and everybody hates it. And then you just remove the feature from the app and you start again, do something else. So what's important is that you're always iterating. Like, there's no product that is out there that has been the same from when it started till today. You're always changing something. People use it and the way they react is really different. It may be different because people who tested may not exactly be people that will eventually use it. So if you are designing something now, say a savings feature, and you are saying that, how do they keep saying savings? Maybe a loans feature, and you are testing with people who earn above 100K a month. And when they get the loan, they pay back because it's easy for them. Maybe they get a 20K loan and they pay back on time. Like they credit their accounts after they've used it, maybe like after like a week, and then they get debited and like their score stays normal. But then you now release it after only testing with those people who obviously earn well and don't really have a problem returning money after they've taken it. You're gonna test out with somebody who is just in 200 level, and like he's still collecting 5K pocket money for the whole month, and you borrow 20K. Like you haven't thought of that kind of scenario, and then you release it, and maybe people are using it, and one guy borrows it, withdraws 20K, and then he deletes the app, and you can't find him. So like those kind of things, like you can like fix those errors before you even get to that stage. Like with all of these processes, like you may not be exactly like this, but like main part is that you have to like think of like the edge cases. Like even if the things go to work for this person, okay, this guy is in 200 level. He might be above 18, but he's in 200 level. He can lie. Don't worry. Once we know that, okay, from our database that this person is at this stage in their life, you don't even present them the option of I am applying for a loan, you know. So like, those are like two things that you can fix in this area. But even after then, so there's two things that can go wrong. You never know, because this life is unpredictable. Like who could have said that Lagos will ban Okada just like that? You can't account for that, this kind of thing. So there's so many things you have to think about. So these are like some of the tools that you use for prototyping or hi-fi prototyping. Which ones have you guys used so far? Figma and XD. Do you know what that orange one is? Okay. Oh, that one. All right. So these guys, since you guys already know them, you probably have an idea of some of the features that they have. Some of them, you can use them for like the whole process, like from the wireframing to the hi-fi to the animation and stuff like that. Some just do one and two. Which one do you guys prefer? Like whose favorite tool is Figma? Figma. Okay, nobody's okay. Use a MacBook. Do you have Sketch? You have Sketch. You like Sketch?
Yes.
Okay. XD. You like all of them? So anyone here use Studio? Use Studio? I thought you raised your hand. Yeah, it's free. It's free. It's easy now. What? Okay, so I actually use Studio for like I use it for like a month in like 2018 or so, and then I stopped because they've not really gotten to like this guy's level yet. They're still trying. Like it's alright. The animation stuff is cool, but like for the stuff that I do typically, I don't really Framer. That one is beyond me. I'm not able to say, but like that tool is really complex. I use Figma. Figma is my favorite one because it's easy for. I mean, I used to use Sketch, but like when you start working in a team, yeah, you need to use something that's easy for people to collaborate. And Figma is just perfect for that. I mean, Sketch is coming out with stuff that you can use to collaborate. They have Sketch Cloud, but it's still in beta, and you have to pay for it. And all these companies, they'll say, we have money, but now say, oh yeah, pay for it now. They refuse to pay. So just use the free one. Use Figma. Use Figma Codasha. I don't really use XD. I have never really used it for anything before. I've tried it a few times, but like, I don't know. There's just something. So I don't like Photoshop. I don't like Illustrator. I mean, I use them if I need to use them, but like I don't really like those guys. So XD has that smelling Adobe thing to it. So just keep it one side. Yeah. So like for hi-fi, so it depends. So these guys, they do well. Studio is different. Studio can do like really, really granular stuff. Like can go deep and like fine tune the animations, almost like After Effects. But like Sketch, Figma, XD. XD also does that stuff, but like I don't like XD, so I can't really say. Figma and Sketch, they try, but like for the work that I do, we haven't got to the stage where we are fine-tuning stuff like interactions between each screen, saying that, oh, this is how we want this thing to flow here. I mean, we try it sometimes, so like there's no time. There's really no time. When you have like a target, you need to release this feature. If you don't design this feature, we can't get this number of customers. If we don't get this number of customers, we'll not get funding. You'll not be thinking about animation. You just do the screen and do it as fast as you can. So like if you want to do like high data stuff, like the clickable ones that actually show you all the interactions. These are the guys I know, or some of them, sure. Some people go as far as coding the whole thing in HTML and CSS, some JavaScript. If you know someone who can do it, or if you can do it, fine. If it's your stick, you can do it. There's also Principle. Principle only works on Mac. It's a very simple tool for doing this animation. I think you can import files from Sketch into Principle, and then you can like create interaction between each screen. You have to do some prep, like you have to format your file a certain way for it to work. But it's actually really nice. I think the guys at Uber, I know like that company again. I'm not sure about Bolt. I think Bolt too. Like a lot of companies use it. Like it's a very nice tool for like creating stuff that's very sweet to look at. Protopie is another one. With Protopie, it's similar to this, but with this one you can actually create an actual app, but it won't have like you need to code it. You don't have a backend, anything like that. And like you can type into the fields, you can swipe between screens. Like it's really cool. They're very similar, to be honest. They're also not free. After Effects, I'm sure you guys know After Effects. That one is for like people who have time. So people who have time, they do After Effects. Like there's a guy in my office, his name is Derek. He's one of those, I would like to say design unicorns. I don't know. He's one of those guys that can do animation. He doesn't code, he tried coding, but coding didn't really work. But like he can do animation, he can do videos, he's a creative guy, he does 3D. He also does After Effects. So like for the stuff in our app that animates, the few things that animates, he actually does them in After Effects and exports them. He finds a way to export it to a way that can actually work on the actual physical Android or iOS apps. And like, it's really cool if you can do it, but I would not recommend it because it's very time consuming. If you work at a place where your work is just to create this, there's a story I read once. I don't know if you guys know Google Plus. Google Plus. Yeah, Google shut it down a while ago, yeah. So like one of the designers that worked at Google Plus, he like wrote after they shut it down, he now said, okay, since the company is dead, I can pour out all the gist. So I giving all gist about what was in Google Plus. And this guy was at Google Plus for say 5-6 years. And all he did in that company was sidebar and icon. I swear. Like you click this thing and sidebar come out, and the sidebar has 4 icons. That's what it is for 6 years. That's what they do. Like if you go to a company that one of those really big companies, designers' work is not really the way it is now, where you have to do everything. You do the branding, you do the website, you do copywriting, you hire someone that will even do like other stuff, do social media, you do everything by yourself, and they give you 100K. But those guys are there and they are fine-tuning every single thing every day. Like it's admirable, but like for starting out, it's probably not the ideal way to start. Like thinking that you would have to like go into everything and do everything like very, very, very like specifically for every single element. I mean, it's good, but like if you want to make money in this country, you must be like someone who has their hands everywhere. And when you can talk like everything I'm talking about, it is very, very likely that you get interest from like from the bigger companies. So like when I went for my interview at Kuda and I spoke with the CMO at the time, when these guys want to hire you, they don't just look at what you can do. They don't just look at your portfolio and say, oh, this guy does nice things. And you can design, but do you have sense? Like they won't say it to you, but it's the kind of question they ask you. They're trying to like find out if you're a good fit for the company, if you can work well under pressure. Don't say you can work well under pressure. Just implies from the way you talk. Like if you say you can work well under pressure, you can be the office and maybe one day you're trying to send something and you're doing like this, God, I need inspiration. And they're like, I thought you said you could work well under pressure. So like you need to imply from how you talk about what you've done before. They also look at stuff like about the way you relate to them if you're in a good fit. What do you know beyond design? Like, are you interested in what they're doing? Even if you don't know them before then, at least they not call you for the interview that day. Maybe they called you like a week before, 2 weeks before. Take your time and look through the company and what they've done. Try and read about the CEO. Try and read about what he's done before. Look at other companies that are doing similar things to them. Look at companies that are doing similar things to them in Nigeria and then the ones abroad. It's very likely that whatever company that you want to eventually work for, there's someone outside that is doing something similar. So like Paystack. I'm sure you guys know Paystack. You heard of Paystack? So like Paystack is basically Nigerian Stripe. Stripe is exactly Paystack, but like they work in the US and the UK. Kuda is basically a Nigerian Monzo or N26. If you haven't heard of them, you can Google them. They're also digital banks. Like you do everything on your phone. You order your card on your phone. You don't need to go to a branch. The card works at like some ATMs. So with Kuda, our cards right now, they work at Access Bank ATMs for free. You can withdraw as much as you want from those banks, from those ATMs for free. So those companies, those foreign digital banks, they also have partnerships with like different banks where you can withdraw money for like a token amount, sometimes for free, or you can do cross-border transfers, like all those little things. So the idea was conceptual. For Koda was conceptualized from like that idea of okay, I don't want to have to go to a branch. Personally, I haven't gone to a bank branch in. Okay, actually went last week, but it was just to get my card that expired. But beyond that, I don't go to branch for anything. Even before I started using Koda, I have my GC Bank app on my phone. I have my card. I only go use the ATM, and then that's it. Apart from that, I don't go to any bank for anything, unless it's something straight like, oh, I need to change my phone number, or I need to update this or whatever. Everything is on my phone. I don't really need to go and queue in one stinking bank for 2 hours for any pardon my language. Yeah. So, what's next? So like this is from a survey where, okay, this is not very clear. I'll just read it out. From a survey where a researcher asked like designers what's their primary tool for like brainstorming and like creating ideas, was for, and 64% said pencil and paper. So like if you want to start something, like if you have an idea and you need to flesh it out, this is the pencil and paper is like the easiest thing you can reach. You can just go to the, I don't know, the copy room or put it in your bag, bring down pencil and paper and just start drawing squares and boxes, and then the idea will now start coming out, Like to be honest, that's the best way to start. From there you can now go on and start doing your animations and doing your gradients and stuff like that. But like, yeah, the lesson from this is that you shouldn't restrict yourself to, you should think beyond just using your design tools all the time. I mean, Sketch versus Figma versus Adobe, all those things. I mean, they're nice, but like, what your employer is looking for is what's inside your head. They don't really care about what to use. They want to know that you can take whatever thing they're telling you and convert it into something that is usable. So where you start doesn't really matter. Start where it's easiest for you. So does anyone have any questions? Any questions? Can be about anything, can be about work, can be about my processes. Like if you're just confused about how you need to do anything design related, job related,
During your years, when you meet clients,
Yeah.
what questions do you ask clients? How do you get into the client side?
So no matter how you want to ask, if somebody is not ready, they are not ready. That's the sad part. So people just tell you, oh, I need a website. And then I'm like, okay. So what do you guys do? We are a cargo company. Okay. Is that it? You just stop there. So you just have to keep asking questions. Like, sorry. You have to keep asking questions. Some people I know, like, I have a friend, what he does is he has a questionnaire. Some people use questionnaires. So like they have like a set of questions that they ask people about, what's your company name? What's your staff size? What do you want to do? Do you need a website or an app? Like you ask those questions. It varies depending on the client. But like from what I usually do is I don't like stress. Some people think that when they come to you, you just do everything. You write the content, you come up with the idea, you will now code it in, you will now maintain it again on top of one money they give you. No, it's not possible. Man. What I usually do is I would ask, okay, do you have any content for your website or for your app? Do you have a product document? So a product document is a document that outlines that's for an app, outlines what the product does and all its features. So like you can ask for something like that, like, oh, do you have like a product document that lists out your features and what each thing does, And then from there, like they have like a clear-cut idea because there's no way that it's a two-way relationship. Like they have to do some work. You can't do everything for them. If they haven't done the groundwork, then it's very likely they're going to be stressed throughout that relationship, unless it's like a company that has money and they have a good reputation for, letting people do what they need to do. And like if they're also very clear about what they need to do. Some people can talk to you in 30 minutes and you get what they need to do and you do it and they're like, okay, yeah, no worry. And you get it done and then they just make a few changes and they pay you and you're good. But some people, they don't have an idea, it's not solid. They just want to, put something out there so that somebody will see it and they'll say, okay, come and take money and build it out. So like you just need to take time and you can have your questions. They can ask them, like preset questions, they can ask them based on the scenario, or you can ask them to go and do the work themselves. I prefer to ask them to do the work themselves, to go and get them. Because if they are not organized within themselves, it might be just one person. They're not organized within themselves, they'll stress your life. Yeah, you can, but I choose not to. I usually choose not to. I like working in a team. I just want to design something that is already fully conceptualized. I don't like doing half big stuff because you can go and do the work and then they're like, this is not what I said you should do. And like what you said is you already wasted time. So, just make sure that they know what they need to do. Like if they don't know, please hang up. That's me. Some people do it different. Some people, they like to handhold their clients. I don't.
How many product designers are there at?
Right now we're 2. They just do product. They're designers, but like they just do product. We're just 2. There are 2 other guys. One focuses on like animation, like stuff that we do for social media. Then there's one that does like graphics for like print stuff, for like Instagram, Twitter, newsletters, stuff like that. Yeah.
How do you guys work amongst yourself?
I do products. I just say I came and I said I'm only going to do products. They gave me social media work to do. And I deliberately did nonsense for 1 week. So they had to go and hire someone else to come and do it. Because me, I already because I already have some experience, I already know where I want to go with my career. I'm like, okay, look. So like before I left Digital, I applied to like a bunch of companies like abroad in Nigeria, and everybody rejected me. And they told most of them had the same response that I don't have enough experience building products to join their team. Because all I had then was like I had some product stuff I had done, but like none of the things we had done at Digital had like completed the whole life cycle of a product. So like every product starts from somewhere, then you create the idea, then you build it, like you brainstorm, you build something, you try it out, and then people start using it. None of them got to that stage of people using them. And the other things, they were just websites, and websites, you can't really measure the value of websites unless it's something that is very traffic heavy, like say a Jumia or a Konga. But coming back, if you know what you need to do in your career and they are sure that, okay, look, I want to go the product way, but I want to also know some animation stuff. I want to know some management stuff. Like if you're really sure about what you want to do, then you can negotiate that kind of situation for yourself where you only do the UI. And then you do the UI and then you talk to higher ups about features. They come back and do your stuff. If you're just entering, it's very likely that they'll do whatever it is you see, you have to take it. And then, yeah. Unless the company is like a very, very structured company, like very structured company, where once you enter, you know that this is what you are doing. They will write everything out for you. You have your reporting manager, all those things. Many companies are not like that. Like we still a very relatively small team, so there's a lot to do. But like unless you are very, very confident in what's in your own field and like you are very, very proficient, you'll probably be given the remaining stuff to do until you now like get to a stage where maybe I get promoted and then the other guy that is doing graphics can now come and start doing the other product stuff. So yeah. So freedom, it's relative. So like the person who started the company, he already has a vision. So my first few, we're talking about Kuda or in general, Kuda. So like the first few weeks was just me and him like trying to understand each other and see, okay, this is what you want to do, this is how you want the app to be. I mean, the app, when I got there, you have the app now, so you know what it looks like now. How long have you had it for? 2 months. When in February. That means you didn't see any version before this one. You didn't see, okay, so the version before this one was nonsense. It was really bad. And that's what I met when I entered the company. It was terrible. And it looked exactly like another app that I will not mention. Almost exactly, it was very close. Mainly I entered the company, like the first day that I entered, when I saw the app, like when I had got it on my phone, I was like, no, I have to change this thing. I have to change it. It was a fight. It was a fight, like me and the CEO would be in the office and would be like, well, not almost blow, but like, all these passive aggressive yarns, like those be like, hey, I don't need you, like I don't need you, changing too many things around because we're still gonna you guys he has a British accent. We're still gonna like you need to change it. It's not good. Like I even wrote document. I did like a presentation demonstrating why you need to change this. Usability this one, usability that one. I say yeah. Me and the other designer we did together. We did like over one night. Like yeah, when he sees this presentation, he's going to be blown away and he will change it at once. Send it to him, you guys don't open the email. So like, it was after we had disturbed him, like we even brought other people to like say, we did tests in the office. We brought everyone together. We showed everyone like the two versions, the old one, the new one. We did that one. Then we now did like an online survey. And, like everyone chose the new one over the old one. And it was now from there, like he now agreed that okay, let's change it. Let's finally change it. So like so after that period, yeah, I think that was when he now had like confidence in my abilities that okay, he can actually design, he knows what he's doing. So the micromanaging now stopped from that point. He stopped coming to check out what I'm doing. After then, he just left me alone. So yeah, so now at this point, I can actually do stuff, but like, I mean, there's a process. The product manager, like he creates we have a schedule for like the year and all the features that we need to do. And each week we have like a meeting where we decide what we're building for that week. And then whatever feature it is we need to do, I mean, well, as long as what we're doing is within the constraints of the design that we have, currently we have a design system that we use. As long as within that design system that we have, and obviously it's the actual feature that we're supposed to build, then it's fine, it works. So yeah, I guess that's kind of freedom that I have. I mean, yeah.
Product.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Yeah.
So you guys, your job is consistent. You have to make iterations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what iterations are you guys making? What do you change over time? Are you still building?
Yeah, we're still building. So we have a lot of features that we want to add. If you just want to add, there's some things that need to be faster. Some things are not really design related. They're like dev related, like how fast the app comes up, like when you open it. Sometimes it loads for a while. So like those ones are like backend stuff. We have to go and pressure them to do it because that's time it takes to load is bad for user experience, and it increases like drop-offs when people want to like make transactions. My girlfriend complains about the app all the time. Like she uses it to transfer to Uber guys, and when she moves around, and she's like, people's app is too slow. But why is this always slow? I have to go back to my Access Bank app, and it's from things like that you now have to like So design is not just about the screens you are doing; it's about like experience, and that experience to get to that point where you are influencing the experience, you have to be able to like communicate with your developers and let them know that look, this thing has to change. Even if argue with them from morning to night, like look, sit down beside them, guys, this thing, change it, make it fast. That has to be faster. And then you now go and call the other guys. They'll come and say, go away. Like no, we have to fix this thing. It varies depending on the company. But in Kuda where I work now, that's how it is, and that's how I have to do it. Some companies you may not even see developers to talk to themselves. But like in a place that's small, you can still go and meet the guy. At least you can see the guy face to face. I don't care whether you're my age mate or you're older. What is important is that this is not working. I want to fix it. That's my job. That's why they came. That's why I'm here to be a pain in your ass. I don't want to. This thing is fixed. We disturb them. Like when things when they release like some updates and like I see errors, I'll do screenshot and post it on the group. This thing is not working, it's not working. And then when they see it's like, they don't want to be disgraced in public. So like they have to fix it. So like, yeah, there's a lot. So like feature wise, what we do is we try and optimize like the current ones, like make them work better. And then we add new stuff. There's always new stuff. People ask for stuff. Like we have like an in-app chat. Then we have like our Twitter. I have Twitter mentioned open on my laptop. I look at it every day. I see what people are saying about it. So now that you get like ideas, okay, this guy say he wants this thing, should we do it? I'm not going to ask my team members, okay, this guy say he wants to hide balance, should we do it? They'll be like, no, Joe, leave it. I'm like, okay, let's do something else. But like, if more than one person asks for it, then we now start considering, like, if someone else enters our DMs or our in-app chats and ask questions like, oh, when are you guys doing this thing? I need to do it. I need to send money abroad. I need to do this. I need to do that. Like, we just start adding those things. We discuss it amongst ourselves. Like, okay, this is something we need to do. And apart from even things people ask for, sometimes like investors and like higher ups, the CEO be like, look, we need to do this thing. Investors want to see numbers. So if we do something like this, it may give us more users. So let's try and find a way to add this to the product. So like there are many places the ideas can come from. So like it never really stops. There's always something to do. Either you're improving something that already exists, you're adding a new thing, or you're building an entire product that's different from the app that works with the app. So maybe like for customer service people, like they need to like view transactions and reverse failed ones. Like there's always something to do. Yeah, we have become person. Why do you ask? Can I see that? Yeah. Oh yeah. Ah yeah. So I don't write content. I mean, I used to try before, but I've not written content in a very, very long time. You have to find someone whose job is difficult to find someone who does that, but like somebody has to be tasked with doing the content. I can vet content and say, okay, this is not good. It's too, and it was hard because luckily I was still living at home. Like I was living at home, so I was working and I had to buy lunch, but I couldn't ask for money for lunch because you are working. So why are you asking us for money? So it's the small money I had that was left that I used to buy Indomie and cook. And I'll take the Indomie from the house to the office. And the tea will now be strong. I'll be strong. I did that thing for like 3 months. Like I was almost, I mean, you get to the office, you're excited to open your new laptop and you're working and everything is fast, nothing is slow, you're doing everything. And then when it's not time for lunch, I remember that you have one strong thing in your back. So it was difficult for those 3 months, but like I eventually paid off the whole thing and well, it happened, and I'm glad that I'm glad it happened. And I can live to tell the tale because from that period, like it has just been up and up and up. I mean, it has been hard. I've got many rejections, like so many rejections. I left Crystal 2018, September, October or so. And like for the rest of the year, my email was also filled it. We are sorry, we can't, we are sorry, we are sorry, we are sorry. You're just rejecting me, left, right, center, left, right, center. And then I was like, okay, don't worry. I'll take 1 year and just be building stuff, design this. I'll design this one, this one, this one. I'll do this concept, do that concept. I know to do that, but after I think about 2 weeks after I left Digital, even missed all the rejections. Someone else called me and said, I need a designer. I was like, I'm available. Please hire me. And that was how I designed that. That first software I showed you guys. That was like the first people that I worked for. It was like a contract and it was kind of like part-time. And it was from then and I started like doing like other stuff, like learning about product and whatever. And that's like, it's been a struggle, but like I don't regret it one bit. Yeah. Anyone else? At this level. Oh yeah, that was the second question. First of all, work hard to change your laptop. Like it doesn't have to be MacBook. It can just be something. It can be something just more powerful. Like Like even it doesn't matter. That laptop thing is most vital thing for a designer. Like you cannot avoid it. You can't. Like no. Imagine opening Figma on like a 4 gig RAM laptop. It will be hanging now. It will hang. Like you work for 20 minutes and then thing will just do like this. So work, see, even if you are drinking Gary for 5 months, just get that laptop because the way your work will improve, it will shock you. Shock you actually. I swear. Yeah, so first get a laptop. That's like important. But like apart from that, read as much as you can. Read as much as you can. So like Medium is a good place to find articles on design. Um, there's these design books that I have. They're free. uxpin.com, uxpin.com. Yeah, they have like a lot of books, a lot of design books, like on different aspects of design, wireframing, prototyping, user research, anything, lots and lots of them. The content is endless. There's also what's it called? Udemy, Coursera. I don't know if you know Coursera. So like they have like a UI design, UX design. They have those courses. You can take them for free. Yeah, you can take them for free. I don't know if it has changed now, but you can take the courses for free. It's just that no one will grade your stuff. But if you want to, you don't want to grade your stuff. You don't have anyone to talk to. Yeah. Okay. Charging who? Clients pay before work. Oh. Ah. So, as with everything else, it also varies. If you are just starting, it's very likely that your first few jobs, they may not be like, it's very likely that the first few jobs, an ideal scenario, someone that's already experienced, like me personally, I take 70% upfront. Like before I even start anything, we would have discussed, maybe you send me a contract, I'll sign the contract, I'll send you my own, you sign your own, whatever. But like, we agree, you pay me 7% upfront, and then I do the work. And when you're happy with what you've received, send me the remaining 30. If things don't go so well, I'll probably refund the money. There's some people that have actually done that. It's like you're working with them, you work with them for like 2 weeks, and they are moving mad. They're like, is it because of money? Take it and go, leave me alone. So like, you need to. I mean, some people can negotiate that payment plan when they start because they're really confident. Maybe they have like some experience negotiating from like their previous career path, or they're just naturally boisterous. But like ideally, you should collect your money before you start. I always try and start from that angle first, because if you do that pay after, you paint. You paint. It's even worse with bigger companies like the banks. Some of them have policies where I think it's Nine Mobile. They have a policy where they don't pay any vendors until after the vendor is done. And I hate that thing. I rather not do it. Like maybe you can do it for, to have something in your portfolio that says, oh, this big company, I did work with this big company. You can say you did it. Always, if it's for those kind of big companies, you can do it from that angle. But like in an ideal scenario, you should not collect any job that says you finish it first and then they'll pay you. In this Lagos, you safe now. Calm down. But like when you're starting, you probably go through the stage where some people don't trust you, so you don't even have much to show. and then they can do you like this, and they'll tell you, okay, just start. We'll give you money now, just start. But yeah, you should collect your money first. You can have a payment plan 70-30. Some people say 100% upfront. Those are like the big people that know how to negotiate. But like me, I do 70-30. Sometimes 50-50, but most times 70-30. Or I negotiate a retainer. If you realize there's something that may take longer than a month, maybe like 2-3 months, you can say, okay, I'll do retainer. You can give me something to start, and then at the end of every month, they pay you a certain amount. For something like that, you have to ask more questions about the clients. Try and find out who they are. If you know someone that knows them, find out, okay, does this person pay on time? Do they hold people's money? Like, try and find out who the person is in general. Because it's likely that person heard of you from somewhere else. So try and find out like how the person is with money. And like know if find someone who has worked with them before and try and see if they're the kind of people that owe people money. If they are, then just run away. Anybody else? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the way you start relationship with the person is usually what determines what happens going forward. So if you start and you don't let them know what you know and what your style is, then they can bring nonsense and tell you to do it. Do you get? So like if you start and tell them, look, this is how my designs are, show them what you've done before. Like this is kind of stuff that you are more attuned to, then then they will know whether you do what they want in their head. Because no matter how people say, well, I don't know what I want, they know what they want to some extent. Sometimes it takes for them to see something first, for them to now say, okay, maybe I want something else. Or maybe you should have this, maybe you should have that. Some people are just mad. They will be like, oh, I want this. And then it comes to them and they're like, this is not really making sense. Let's add this. Once they start doing stuff like that, then you know that you may have to start packing your bags and leaving the relationship. Whenever I have experiences like that, or well, to accommodate for stuff like that, I usually try to let them know that, look, this is the style of me I'm going for, and if you do too many revisions, I will charge you extra. That's usually hard to negotiate, but like it's something you should consider when you start seeing the way the client is behaving. You know, like if you can also tell them that, look, if you make all these changes, I know you have a deadline. Everybody has a deadline. You have a deadline. Your deadline is next week. You want to change this thing from pink to purple, and you want to add illustrations everywhere. It will take time. Every change takes time. So if you can let them know that, look, this change you want to make, they will take time, and your launch date is going to be pushed further ahead. Ask them if they want to make that kind of sacrifice. If they don't agree, and they say you must do it, ask them to pay you extra. If you don't agree for that one too, just tell them to be going. So yeah, that's it. Well, what? Yes, ma'am. Many times. What do I do? I explain what I designed to them. So there are two scenarios. Either you've put in effort and put in effort and they don't understand the effort you've put in, or how it's representative of what they want to do. So you need to explain to them. The other scenario is that they're not paying you enough, so you just do the bare minimum. So that's like the two ways that happen for me. Like, so maybe I do something that's really, it looks like a template because they are paying me one small money. Like, say they want to do a website and they're giving me 50K to do a website, and I'm like, this money is not too much. I have one template. I'll just change the color and move things around and send it to them. So I do that for people that are not paying too much. And when they tell me it's simple, I'm like, yeah, that's what the money you gave me can pay for. If you want something better or something, either they want something better or they want something that looks like shit. If they want something that looks like shit, I'll tell them, look, that's not how I design. Maybe you have someone that can do that kind of design for you. You can find them. But me, as per what you've asked me to do, this is what I can do within that budget. And then you leave them. They'll probably figure something out, because no matter how much people tell you, oh, we don't have money, they have money to do what they need to do. They'll find a way to do it. Don't worry about them. Just do what you know you can do. And you take your feedback. Yes, always take feedback. Sometimes the feedback, it may not always sound nice, but sometimes they have, not all the time, but a lot of the time they have like good insight, because they're the ones running the business and they may know what drives customers to their site or what they need to do to boost their sales or whatever. So listen to them and see how it can fit into the way you want to do it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Take your own pictures. No. If they need pictures, they should go and find someone to take the pictures. Yeah. Yes, this is one example. When I worked at Digital, we did Zenith Bank's websites. And one of the things that we did for them was to take pictures of their building. So in that kind of scenario, if you want to do it yourself, always build them separately for it. Either you do yourself and you create another bill separate from the bill for the design. Say this is the bill for pictures. So because I'm going to get camera, I'm going to get maybe lights, maybe I'll rent some equipment or I'll hire someone else to do it, whatever. But just let them know that that thing you're doing not for free. It's part of the thing, and you add it into the budget of what it is that they want to do. So yeah, I think I found myself taking, apart from that, I found myself taking pictures for other things, but like, it's either, I think it's always been like, as a company, so I'm at the company, I'm working there, and they say, oh, they need pictures for the website, and I was okay, let me just take a few pictures. Not a serious shoot, be a serious shoot, something that needs serious planning and whatever. Someone else has to do it, and either they pay that person separately or they give me the money for that thing apart from the design money. I'm gonna find someone to do it. That's how I do it. What? Photo manipulation. Build them separately. Anything you do that is not drawing box inside Figma, build them separately for it. If you're writing content, add it to the bill. If you're taking video, add it to the bill. If you're making video, add it to the bill. If you are illustrating, depending on the type of illustration, you can add it to the bill. So if it's something that you know that, okay, I can easily just go and download some some stock site and just see the color and tweak it a bit. Something that you can do sharp. You can just leave it like that. But if it's something that's going to be like extensive, you should build them separately for it. You don't ask questions. Ask question now. For a project, it varies. depending on the amount of work that you're doing. So one thing you should realize is that when someone is paying you, they're not just paying you for what you are doing. They're also paying you for the experience that you picked up along the way. So if you do something in 10 minutes, doesn't mean that they should pay you for 10 minutes of work. No, they should pay you for the value that thing you're doing in 10 minutes is bringing to their business. So I don't design logos, but like I have done logos before. And if I do the logo in 30 minutes, like if I actually enter Illustrator and design the logo in 30 minutes, I'm not going to start with 30 minutes of work. Before we got there, would have been talking on the phone or have like a meeting, I'll brainstorm. I'll pay transport to leave my house and go to their office, talk about the logo, discuss. This one. Our brand wants to do this, they will do roadmap, blah, blah, blah. I want to be the biggest in Africa, blah, blah, blah. They will sell the dream and whatever. But you still need to pay for it. So when you are charging for stuff, you charge for everything. You charge for transport. You charge for the airtime I used to call them. Just if you can do an estimate of everything you're going to spend plus the time that you spend doing stuff for them, the internet that you want, the Uber that you entered to go around and go to the office or whatever, add that money together, multiply it by 5 or 10. Starts from there. That's an ideal scenario. But like for say for a salary job, like you're going to work every day, you have an office, and you're a designer, I would say that, actually, for me, personally, at the stage I'm at, what I would like to earn a month. Is that what you want to know? What you probably earn when you go out? Okay. Okay. So there's this survey that I saw. How much designers earn? I think it was usable that made it a couple of years back. For average starting out, it varies. It actually varies. Because some people, you can go some places and somebody is doing all the work and you hear that they're earning 30K. I was designing products at Christian and I wasn't earning above 100K. But like someone somewhere else can collect doing the same thing and collecting 150. So it depends on the company and your negotiating skills. For like an ideal figure for like a starter, I would say 180K, like net. That's entering your account, not gross. So that's one thing all of you need to take into account. When you're negotiating salary anywhere, tell them net figure. Because they can tell you that you're earning 300K and your accounts, their let you get at the end of the month will be 220 something. They will remove tax, remove this, remove that, remove this. So always negotiate for what to actually enter your account. Net, not gross. I learned this one the hard way. So like something you should actually take into account. When you want to calculate, like tell someone how much you want to earn for a project, even on a contract, no matter what it is, then this is what you want inside the account. Always make it a net figure. Like, so that's something you should note because companies can be very funny. You can go to a company and you can say, oh, they can ask you how much you want to earn. And you say, oh, you're just finishing school and you're just finishing NYSC, you're just fresh, and you're thinking that the money that will solve the problems is like 100K. And you say, you can give me 100K, and you keep quiet. They give you that 100K, and they'll keep quiet. And when you now enter, you find out that people that are there are earning twice your salary. So, say 180 net. Some people offer you lower than that. Definitely, they offer you lower than that. But I know that there are people that are doing this design thing and they're earning peanuts. But like they don't know that they can earn more, or they don't know, they can't find companies that will pay them more. So I don't know. It's a very delicate situation. Like you can the companies that will pay you well, they are there, but they're actually not very many. And they have like a lot of, they get a lot of applications. So getting in is always hard. So yeah. And like you may be lucky enough that like when you start doing this work, you meet people and then they can refer you to like other people that need work done. So maybe someone more experienced that already has a full-time job. You now need someone to like work on something with him that can do like the heavy lifting exactly. So they can now bring you in, and then from there you can now go like from if you can create a relationship with like the person you're working with, like try and be. I mean, apart from you demand what you're worth, and like if you can do that and create some kind of relationship, you can always like move on. Someone can always refer you. And that's how I got into Kuda. Someone that I worked with just called me. Like the CEO sent me a message on LinkedIn. I said, like, who's this one? I just ignored the message because people send me messages all the time. They want me to do work for them, but like most times they say nonsense. They're like, oh, I have a company that does this. We need someone that this. Oh yeah, now how much do you want to pay me? We'll give you exposure. So pay me. So like I thought it was one of those things, and then someone called me. I was like, okay. Let me just go and see what they do there. And I'm like, okay. So like you have to find out what the company pays first, and then you can now negotiate based on what value you think you bring to the company. So like if you can talk like any company once you walk in there, like if you're going for an interview or like for a job, say a project that's okay, one-time payment, bam. I don't do much of those anymore because I realize that most people, at least the ones that I have spoken to, they can't really pay that well, like well enough for me. Some people want to build a website, do a mobile app, they have the website, standard website, homepage, about us, careers, whatever. Then they want to do a dashboard for the app. The dashboard can have like 200 pages. And they want to do a mobile app for the same app. Mobile app can have 400 pages. And I want to pay 300K. You want to kill me? I mean, you can do it for that amount. They will pay you, but like you suffer for that period that you did. You will not sleep. So 300K is like usually where most people usually start for like UI and UX projects. But like ideally though, it should be way more. Say personally, if I would charge for building a mobile app, and I will not charge once. I won't give them one free. I'll tell them, look, I'll do this thing for you in 3 months, and you can give me X amount per month until it's done, until you feel it's done. That's the model that I use for stuff now. I don't like doing one time because I like seeing something. Start out. I like seeing it to the end. And if you see it to the end, it's very likely that it's easier for you to talk about the product when someone asks you about it. If you just do one part and leave it, you get the money, yes, but then you may not be able to use it to get another job because you were not really invested. If you spend time doing something and you do it well, so if anyone comes to me now and they say they want to do something, I tell them, look, I won't give you one price, but I'll tell you, let's try and do it within 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Then you pay me this amount every month, and I'll give you this amount of hours every day, and we'll see where we can go from there. So yeah, that's like an ideal thing. But if worst comes to worst, we're going to charge for an app, say, Kuda now the way it is now, with the number of screens it has now. Actually, no, not this Kuda. Like the first version of Kuda, I didn't have too many features. I would bill the clients 1.5 million. They probably won't pay. Obviously, they'll say no, they don't want to pay. So I say, okay, since you want to make that money, pay me this amount every month. So I can say, okay, give me 150K every month, and I will work on it for like 3 or 4 hours a day, and let's see how it goes. So in that kind of way, you are like more like involved in everything, because you can now be part of meetings, you can see where everybody's coming from, you can understand, you can take time to understand the product better, you know, the company and the team, and see what they really want to do. So I would advise that you can take those one-off projects, yes, but advise that you do retainers more often, because they're actually more beneficial for your portfolio eventually at some point. Because then you can now say, okay, yes, you know everything about this thing. I say that because that's how me I am. I take my time to like get to know, understand people and what they need to do. So I prefer doing long-term things than doing like the short-term. Those short-term things, they drive me crazy. I don't really like doing short-term ones. The question of an ideal salary for me, wow. More than 1 million. Above that. Yeah. Why? If you want to know why, first of all, Lagos is not cheap at all, and I need to live well. I didn't come here to suffer. So that's an ideal range for me. I mean, I'm not any up to that yet, but I'm getting there, and I'm fighting for it. Like I've had like times when maybe in a month I'll have like some. So I used to have like a bunch of contracts I was working on, like some 6 months, some 9 months, some like a whole year. So like the money usually piles up, like gets close to that point, but it doesn't really always get there. Maybe the one contract is finished, or one person not pay on time, the money now reduce. So like I'm getting to that point. I mean, it's very hard. Like I've sacrificed a lot to get to this place, but like it's hopefully I get there soon. But yeah, it all depends on how you present yourself to the company, how you present what you are doing to the company. If they feel like if you come in and you can't like you don't have the confidence to show them why this thing you are drawing is worth a lot to the company. It also matters like how some companies don't really care. So when you're in an interview, they're not just interviewing you, they're also interviewing them, you're studying them, looking at like how do they even care about design in the first place? Like if they don't care, then it's very unlikely that your voice will be heard when you enter. They may just want someone else come and just be giving them graphics every day. But like if they understand what they really want to do and they value design and see how it can affect the bottom line, and that's like the actual company, then you can now say, okay, you can now raise your shoulder and say, look, this is what I can do for you guys. These are my design things. This is what design should be. When I come here, I'll do this. I'll build a team. You know, we're gonna have like sessions and sprint reviews and blah blah blah. Just be googling them with all the English, and they say, okay. You know the work. Yeah, come. But like, if the company they don't really care about design, then just move on. Just move on.
If you wanted to hire a fresh UI
Yeah.
what are the things you will ask for?
What?
You want to employ like maybe a task list.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are the things you look out for?
First things first, do you understand design? So people do UX, but they don't really understand design. I know people that do UX, but they don't understand design. I mean, we can tell from how a lot of our bank apps look these days. They have designers on those teams, but they don't understand design. So you would first ask, okay, what do you look to for inspiration? who do you find inspiring? Like, whose app do you like? What apps are you on Dribble? Do you know what Dribble is? You know, apart from those knowing those things, and there's also the willingness to learn and the ability to take feedback without being too. That thing you can't always. I mean, people can say the right thing at the interview, but like when you start working with them, then you know if they actually react very well to feedback. Like some people get feedback and they're like, after I spent 2 hours doing it, I'm not doing it again, Joe. But like the same way same way you can do something, start from the beginning, start from drawing the paper wireframe and going all up until you launch the thing and give it to users. Users can also give you negative feedback and you have to go back to the drawing board. This is how you take that thing. You can't say, because you say you don't like it, they are foolish. They don't know what's good for them. So I'm going to leave it there like that. So, no, you have to change it. Like if something doesn't work, and you have to fix it. And there are ways you can always like manage the situation where there's not too much tension. And apart from that, just like the same way I learned, just that curiosity, like being able to soak up as much information as you can, like reading as much as you can, paying attention in the office, listening to stuff that's outside design. Because to be honest, design doesn't exist in a vacuum. There are things that influence it. The finances influence it. The outside, the economy influences it. You know, even you yourself, what you consume every day will influence your design. So if you can listen to stuff like pay attention to everything that surrounds and makes the thing that you are building what it is, then I would hire you. So yeah, a lot of those things you can't always gauge from interviews. It's after the person comes in. Because the people that you hire and they say all the right things in interview, but after about 2 months, you realize that they don't have sense. And you have to let them go. So yeah. So yeah, curiosity, having the right ideas, and the right sources of inspiration, and those are the two main things, to be honest. Oh yeah, speed. Speed is also important. You are fast. It needs to be fast. Both. So if you so sometimes there's some things that you don't learn until you do. So you have to do it first and do nonsense. Then you now redo it and you do the correct thing. So like if you can do the correct thing, the wrong thing fast, you can also do the correct thing fast. I mean, it may not be as fast, but like once you understand how the thing works, now you're like, okay, I actually can't do this in 20 minutes. I'll take the actual 2 hours to do it. You know, like if you just, and you can also communicate very well. Like if you can speak clear English, without being, how do I put this now? Some people can talk, but like they don't really know how to talk. They can't tell you why you need to do something. If you need to change something on the app, you can't just say it's not working, it's ugly. You need to say that, okay, this is why this thing doesn't work. So if there's a color that you're using now on one screen and the button is green, I say, no, you need to change it to red. You need to explain why we're changing that thing to red. So you can go and find one theory somewhere, even if it's a lie, go and bring it. You want that thing to change. Make us believe that we should change it. That's another quality I look for. So yeah, that's it.
Articulated in design communication or articulated in how well you speak with like personal.
Both. Yeah. Particular work. Oh, okay. also like to take my time. But you have to find shortcuts. So one thing you can make use of is templates. So like there are lots of, depending on the design software you use, there are templates for a lot of things. So when I'm doing mobile design, there are two types of mobile design, or let's say two UI frameworks for mobile design that I use. There's the iOS design system and there's material design for Android. I typically use iOS. There's the instead of creating everything from scratch, which is it's not advisable to create everything from scratch. You can do it initially to just know how the app works, but like going forward, it's not ideal because of speed, what you're talking about. So try and make use of templates. If you're doing mobile design, use like either material design or iOS design as a base. You can always change things as you're going forward, but like use those predetermined as a base, because eventually those elements in those design templates, those are things that are actually inside what the mobile developers are going to use. Like those things are already there. You just need to put it and change the color. I mean, you do some custom stuff, or like for things like lists, buttons can be customized, but like list buttons, like navigation, navbar, stuff like that, hamburger menus, icons. You can just use what already exists in the pre-existing libraries for each device type. Then for web, if you're doing web stuff, you can always find, what do I use it? There are many resources, like there's this sketch app sources. You can download like sketch templates and then import them to Figma, and they can like take stuff out. And there's some UI kits that can always pick elements from like drop downs, It's like try and make use of templates. Yeah, UI kits, templates. Just search for those things. They make your work incredibly easier. Yeah. Anybody else? I'm gonna be here for long. I've talked all my saliva away. I want to give you guys an assignment. The person whose work I consider to be the best get some money in their CUDA accounts. So you guys are going to download CUDA today. Yes. Let me see now. What can I give you? Yeah, it's been based on what we've done here today. Yes. I have this thing I did. So it's a crypto. Yeah. A crypto exchange. This guy's never. Okay, you can't see it. My laptop is going to die very shortly, but I can send it to you. I don't know. I can send it to somebody, sure. Okay. And I'll probably send it to them like this evening. But yeah. What I really want you guys to do is like create a landing page. It doesn't have to have content, but like for a cryptocurrency exchange or a crypto app, whatever. I want to see wireframe and then high fidelity and then mobile version of that high fidelity. What? Yeah, the web. Yeah, no, it's a website landing page. Yeah, you can use any logo, any color, whatever. Just can go all out. Mobile and desktop. Yes.
So when is the deadline?
When is the deadline? Are you guys fast?
No.
Mm. I'll send them. I'll send it to them. Well, yeah, I'll like write it out and then, you guys will figure it out. And then I'll figure out a deadline for you that makes sense for you. To be honest, I can give you when is this thing ending? When is it ending? End of March. April. I can give you till the end of March. Yeah. I use the end of March. So let me just see what you guys come up with. I mean, you can do your own logo. You can steal somebody's logo. Let it just look nice. And I'll see how well you guys understand how things should look on mobile and on desktop, and then see like how you converted it from like wireframes to high fidelity. Yeah, that should be it. Just a landing page. If you want to do that, you can. If you want to go all out, you can go all out. But like, what I want to see is just a landing page. What? Oh yeah. Okay, so like on my old laptop, I had a 13-inch for this one. It had like a bug or something where if you connected this thing to it, your Wi-Fi will stop working. So I searched everywhere, searched Google and everything, and I found out that if you cover this with foil, it actually it emits some kind of wave that's like interferes with the Wi-Fi. So like this thing like prevents it. Yeah. But yeah, it sure works. Where is your kidney? So we are done.